Hello friends, in this video we are going to try word problems on perimeter and area, and this time we are going to do some harder problems. So let's get started. The length of a rectangular field is thrice its breadth. The perimeter of this field is 800 meters. Find the length. So according to this problem, the length of this rectangular field is 3 times as the width. So if the width is 1 unit, length will be 3 units. I'm doing this example for 4th to 5th grade students where they don't know how to do the equation of algebra, solving the equation of algebra. By using the algebra, this whole problem will be very easy, but because it's a lower grader, because it's 3rd and 4th grade students, the algebra was not introduced at that particular grade level. So I am using the concept of the unit so that it's easy for them to understand. So width is 1 unit, length is 3 units. And the perimeter is 800 meter. Let's review what perimeter is. Perimeter is the outer lines, or you can say a fencing, the outer lines of a shape. So here the perimeter is 800 meter. We don't know length or width, but only we know this relationship that length is 3 unit when width is 1 unit. Let's put this relation in perimeter. We know that perimeter is equal to 2 into length plus width. That means 800 in this case. 2 into length is 3 units, and width is 1 unit. So if I divide both sides by 2, 400 is equal to 3 plus 1 equal to 4 units. Then 1 unit will be 400 divided by 4, which is 100. So we can say width is equal to 100 meter, length is equal to 3 times that width, which is 3 times 100 is equal to 300 meter. We found length equal to 300 meter and width equal to 100 meter. That's the finding, and that's the requirement of this particular problem. They want us to find out the length. So width is 100, length is 300 meter. Let's try this one. Geeta runs 10 times around the square side 55 meter, and Sita runs 5 times around a rectangular field of length of 45 meter and breadth is 35 meter. Who covers more distance and by how much? Here, just to mention, breadth means the width. This is Geeta's field, and this is Sita's field. Geeta decided to run around a square field where measurement of each side of the square is 55 meter, and she runs 10 times. Sita runs around a rectangular field. The length is 45 meter and breadth or width, both are the same, is 35 meter. So let's find out the perimeter of the square field where Geeta is running. So perimeter of square field equal to 4 times 55. As the measurement of a square, each side of a square is equal, it's easier for us to find the perimeter. So 55 plus 55 plus 55 plus 55, in short 4 times 55, which is 220 meter. And she ran 10 times. So the total distance she covered 10 times the perimeter of the square field, which is 220. 10 times 220 is 2200 meter. So Geeta runs 2200 meter. Let's find how much Sita runs in one time, which is the perimeter of the rectangle field here, whose length is 45 meter and width is 35 meter. So 2 into 45 plus 35, that is 2 into 80, which is 160 meter. She ran around this rectangular field 5 times. So let's find the total distance. Total distance that Sita covered 5 times 160, 60 times 5, 16 times 5 is 80, and 1 0 here, which is 800 meter. They're asking who covers more distance and by how much. So 2200 meter is definitely more than 800 meter. So Geeta covers more distance, and if you minus 2200 from 800, it's 1400 meter. So we found out Geeta covered more distance, and how much distance? 1400 meter. Ram wants to cover the floor of her bedroom, whose length is 5 meter by 4 meter by square tiles. Each square tile is of side is 20 centimeter. Then find the number of tiles required to cover the floor. Let's draw. This is the square room that Ram has, whose length is 5 meter, width is 4 meter. And what she wants to cover that with the square tiles, and the measurement of each square tiles is 20 by 20. This is a square tile, so if one side is 20, all the sides will be 20. One thing I would like to mention here, look at the units. Here the square tiles is 20 centimeter each side, but our measurement of the bedroom is 5 meter and 4 meter. Sorry, this is not a square, this is a rectangle. So measurement of the bedroom is 5 meter by 4 meter. In order to do this problem, we have to make sure we need to convert the meter to the centimeter. So normally in measurement problems, if you have given two different units, it's always better to convert into one unit and always the lower one, as centimeter is smaller than a meter, so we have to convert the whole expression into centimeter. So if you convert the meter to centimeter each side of length and width and then do it, that will be easier and the right approach. As I mentioned, I have to convert all the meters to centimeter because we need to use one single unit, and I will suggest you always convert to the smaller unit. So here I am converting meter to centimeter. 5 meter is equal to 500 centimeter. 4 meter is equal to 400 centimeter. So the area of her bedroom is 500 into 400, that means 20 and 4 zeros. 200,000 square centimeters. Now find the area of each square tiles. One tile, the each side of the square tile is 20 centimeter. So the area of the tiles is equal to 20 into 20, which is 400 square centimeter. We need to find the number of tiles required to cover the floor. If we divide the area of entire room with the area of one square tiles, we will find the number of tiles required to cover the floor. So let's do it. The number of tiles will be 200,000 divided by 400. It cancels 2 zeros. 2000 divided by 4 will be 500, because 5 times 4 is 20 and 2 zeros added. So the number of tiles is required is 500. Let's move on to the last problem. The perimeter of a square and rectangle is same. If a side of a square is 15 centimeter and one side of a rectangle is 18 centimeter, find the area of the rectangle. First, let's draw it. This is our square and this is the rectangle. Let's point out what is given. The perimeter of both are the same if the side of the square is 15 meter. So they gave us one side of the square which is 15 centimeter and the side of a rectangle which is 18 centimeter. And we have to find the area of the rectangle. To find the area of the rectangle, we need length and width. Length is already given, which is 18 centimeter. We don't know the width. But the information is given in this problem is enough to find the width. Let's do it. First start with the square. Each side is 15 centimeter. So the perimeter is 15 times 4, that is 60 centimeter. It is square. So all the sides are equal. So 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 is 60 centimeter. But for the Rectangle, we don't know the width, but now we know the perimeter, which is 60, because according to this problem, the perimeter of a square and rectangle is same. So 60 equal to 18 plus 18 plus 18 plus width plus width. So 2 width is equal to 60 minus 18 plus 18 is 36. So 2 width equal to 60 minus 36 is 24. So width will be 24 divided by 2, which is 12 centimeter. We really need to find this width in order to find the area. Now length is 18, we just find out width is 12, so area of the rectangle will be length 18 times 12 square centimeter. So 18 times 12 is 216 square centimeter. So area of this rectangle is 216 square centimeter. So that's the end of this video. Hope all these problems are useful for you guys to do step-by-step method to follow. I will ask you to write it down what the information is given in the question and then what we need to find out to answer. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe this channel.